I was home. I was ready to relax because I have to go drive Swan's Honey tonight, and I looked at the entries for Mohawk Monday, and I almost lost my mind. I figured I'd do a video because I know how angry I was when I saw White Tiger and Locotelli in together, and I imagine there's a number of people with the same level of anger that I had. So I called the race office, and I said, listen, you know, this horse was in a class that was favorable last week. They cancel, and now you bury him? They said, well, we rode him into the numbers of 20 in the $22,000 class last week, and we couldn't this week. So we had to put him in the open. I said, okay, so I'll make it as simple as I can. If you can't put him in the class he belongs, if that class isn't going to fill on a regular basis, then this will be the last start for Locotelli in Ontario. I'll just move the horse to the Meadowlands or Dover or anywhere. I said, but he won't be staying here. I said, I'm not racing two horses in the open every week. Maybe you have trainers that are here in Ontario that are okay with racing two in the open. I'm not one of them. So I'm going to need a commitment at some point. I said, I'll tell you how angry I am. I said, I bought a horse in the Meadowlands sale that I would assume is headed up the classes when we get him. And if you think that you're going to race him over his head, and I'm going to be okay with that, he's also another horse that won't be staying here. It's pretty simple. I said, I've asked you guys for years now, and it's not really the race secretary's fault there. That's now Tony O'Sullivan's new to the job, and he understands both sides of the fence. But I told him, I said, if I had an idea, a real idea of what classes would fill every week and my horses would be able to race in them competitively, we'd simply go buy horses for those classes. But I can't do that because that information, although it is there, it's not made readily available to trainers and owners that race here. I said, I'm not necessarily angry. I understand why he couldn't be put back into the 22,000 class, whether it was the numbers of 5 or the numbers of 15. He didn't fit either. But I'm not okay with amending the open. Now, if you're telling me that this is a one-off, that you needed him for the open this week, and you're confident that the 24,000 class will fill, then that's fine. That'll happen from time to time. He said, I'm going to tell you the problem. Problem was we canceled Monday, and 3 of the horses that would have made up that other class scurried off to race in London or wherever else, rather than just waiting the week for Monday, which really screws everyone. He said, because they're going to race Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. Now the horses that would have been in that class have to wait 10 days for them to bother entering again. Which makes me angry, but again, I've been on that side of the fence also. But I did want to make note. I did pay attention, and it was talked about. I didn't want anybody to think that you said, oh, well, whatever, that happens. No, I made it very clear it's not going to happen. And if it consistently is attempted to happen, we're just going to move the horse somewhere else. There's lots of places to race, and I certainly don't have to have... It's a wonderful feeling to have 2 open trotters. But neither of them are going to be favored, right? They didn't even make it a handicap this week. Perfetto drew inside of White Tiger. So, James is going to drive White Tiger. I don't know who's going to drive Locotelli yet. I'm gone away. But we'll find a driver for him. But I wanted everybody to know that I made it very clear that that wasn't going to be a regular occurrence in this country, in this province. So I understand the stress the race offices are open. They're short of horses across the board everywhere. But we're not going to race our horses together. Whether if we have 3 non-winners of 2 horses, 2 of them are leaving. Right? That's just the way it's going to be. So I think I'm happy to work with the race office, and yes, although I'm pissed off that they're in together, I understand why, and I fully expect the numbers, whatever it is, the 24,000 class will fill next week where Locotelli belongs. So there's that. We had a lot of horses training today. Very, very happy with a number of the horses I've been working with. I think you guys are going to be very pleasantly surprised with how the horses look on Saturday. The track was as good as they could have it today. It was a little firm. Oh, it was wet yesterday afternoon and then went down to -20. You do the math. But they trained very good today. Very, very happy with everybody. I really wasn't disappointed with anyone today. We had a number of horses scratched because they were castrated or they had vet work done, splints, curbs, etc. 1 or 2 horses had temperatures still. So I had told everybody, Saturday, yes, you're not going to get a full picture. I'm sorry, but the timing of us going away and the horses getting work done on them, you're not going to get that 60-horse full picture. That's just the way it is. But We are going to have as many horses on the track on Saturday that we can have. And when we're done with the horses on the track, they're going to have next week off, just jogging. I told James, Danny, I don't want a horse to train, not a baby to train. When I come back the following week, I want to make sure that the horses are healthy, that were sick, and the horses that had curbs, they're cleaned up, cooled out, starting to dry up good, and that goes for the splints also. So I think that's the best way to approach that. Weather doesn't look great anyway. So exactly what they needed, I guess. Yesterday we brought in So and Sue. She'll be back in training and back racing very, very soon. Stonebridge Simba will take another 2 weeks, as will, yes, I spoke about that yesterday, about the horses off. They'll continue to be off for another 2 weeks-ish. And then we have some horses both in Ohio and in Ontario getting close. I referenced Granite Hill, Voyage of Ice and Fire, Kathy with an Eye, and missing one, give me a second. Voyage, Granite Train by himself, Kathy, Granite, I'm missing a horse. Who's this? Oh, Matt's MVP. Those 4 horses are very close to the races. Voyage might be a week or 2 behind those other 3 guys, but all 3 of the first ones I mentioned, 2-1, 2-3, and 2-3, they're very close. Within the next 2 weeks, they'll be qualifying. I wouldn't say next week. I'll ask them maybe to be schooled next week, and then I'll go over and drive them the following Wednesday. I'll qualify them at, I believe they still qualify on Wednesdays at Northfield Park. So that's that. In Ontario here, we have 3 horses very close here. Mario Bergeron took 3 to the track yesterday. Peanut Butter and Jelly, 1 mile and 2.4. No Free Lunch, 1 mile and 2.2 again. He's ready to go pretty well. Somebody had said, well, is Harry going to qualify him? Listen, guys, horse broke his foot last year. We want to make sure that he's ready to go when he's ready to go, and Harry will let me know. So that'll be in the next week or 2. And then Massive Profit, 2-4 also. Very impressed there. So very happy with those 3. I'm very happy with the ones in Ohio. We get horses getting close here in Ontario also. Not quite to that going to Mohawk stage yet, but very close also. So very happy with the way things are shaping up here in Ontario. I had the 3 horses up to the vet yesterday. We met that we had bought in the Meadowlands. Captain Michael Dio, all good to go. Green lights across the board for him. I'm not convinced that he was completely ready to qualify when they threw him in. So train Tuesday. James can school him next Friday. James will also school Kings County next Friday. Not that shocking. Taking a horse to get fluoroscope that's 5 is not the same as taking a horse to fluoroscope that's 1. You're going to see things you're like, really? Is that concerning? Both the ultrasound of the front legs of Kings County were good, but you could see old scar tissue on the left front. Less old, but not new, but less old scar tissue on the right front in his soft tissue. It's there. It was there. They did a great job rehabbing him, so I'm not surprised. And as I said, fully expected that is exactly what the case was. Actually, that's not true. I thought he broke his foot to begin with, but under closer examination and talking with the former trainer, the horse did injure himself. It was soft tissue, but they did rehab him properly. These are people that gave the horse 11 months off. So just goes to show you time heals all, I suppose. And then with Bolt Power, rough looking knees on him, but he also had an old looks like a little scar on that left hind suspensory. Again, the reason I'm very vague about this is because you can't see them at all. This is under ultrasound. This is not looking at Kings County. Absolutely perfect, pristine animal. Looking at Bolt Power perfectly. Both of those colts are put together perfectly. There's some old stuff there. So we addressed it, we made note of it, and we are going to manage it along the way, but very happy with all 3 of those horses moving forward. Let's see what Carter Michael Dio, or not Carter Michael, I already know he's good. What Captain Michael Dio, is he any good? I don't know. We're going to find out soon enough. And then I suspect Kings County and Bolt Power already both right there. Kings County's ready to go now. Now we're going to school him next Friday. Bolt Power may need an extra week. Remember, he hasn't raced since the 28th of December. So I suspect he'll train slow Tuesday or Wednesday. And again, if Harry wants to school him Friday, so be it. If he wants to wait a week, that's fine too. That is where we're at right now. You're completely caught up. The babies were great today. The horses vetted out good. The horses in Ohio and Ontario are ready to go. And I did address what went on with the draw for Monday. So Tiger and Locotelli are going to hook up on Monday, and I suspect and hope that's the last time they do for quite a while. Take care. I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you're having a great day.